This is Whitley County. Like many counties in this region, voters here overwhelmingly supported Donald Trump in November's election. The county has a median per capita income of around $16,000. It's 97% white, and 88% of the residents over 25 don't have a college degree. It also happens to be the birthplace of Kentucky Fried Chicken. And these are some of the Americans who have benefited most from Barack Obama's signature health policy, the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare.
I'm running around with Vox, vox.news.com and all that. And there's a news person, and he's followed me around to learn about southeastern Kentucky and how the effects of the health care have been on us.
That's Kathy. She works as an enrollment counselor for Obamacare, helping people sign up for the program. Since the law was implemented in 2013, the percentage of people in this county with health insurance went from 75% up to 90%. And Kathy has signed up a lot of those people.
I couldn't even count them. I'd have to sit and figure them out. Over 1,000 something.
But here's the curveball. Who did you end up voting for?
Trump.
Yeah.
Real change begins with immediately repealing and replacing Obamacare.
Since Obamacare launched in 2013, the number of lower-income, less educated white Americans with insurance increased dramatically, not just in Kentucky, but nationwide. This group benefited disproportionately from the law. Yet the same demographic showed up in huge numbers for Donald Trump in November. I went to Kentucky to talk to Kathy. I wanted to understand why so many people would vote for a candidate who promised to repeal a program they depended on so much. Vox would soon be hosting an interview with President Obama, and we invited Kathy to attend to share her perspective and ask a question to the president.
And they invited me to the White House. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, yes, the White House. You gotta get on Facebook. You've really missed out on a lot of stuff.
Before going to DC, we traveled around southeastern Kentucky, talking to Trump supporters who also are enrolled in Obamacare. We wanted to hear their opinions about the law and what they think the next administration will do to make it better.
Everybody needs insurance, regardless, because you never know, what's going on like that, but you also need to be able to afford it.
We landed on a couple explanations for this Trump-Obamacare paradox. The first is that people in Kentucky believe that Trump and the GOP would never actually repeal a program that has benefited over 20 million people. So you don't think that they would actually do that to so many people?
They couldn't. That would be like, he's got children, he's smarter than that. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people thought that Trump's campaign rhetoric against Obamacare was all talk, and that there's no way he would really repeal a program that so many are dependent on. And it wasn't just Trump voters who thought that.
I have covered the healthcare law as a journalist for about 7 years now. It actually felt, until a few months ago, like a safe assumption that that the Affordable Care Act rolled out, covering 20 million people, that it was going to stick around. I remember I wrote a story for Vox in 2015, and the headline was something like, Obamacare survived its final test and it's here to stay. Republicans just up through the election and up after the election have just remained so committed to repealing the Affordable Care Act. A year ago, I did not expect that. I thought we were going to see a backing off of those attitudes, and I was wrong.
Many Obamacare enrollees in Kentucky, as well as policy experts and journalists, all assumed that Obamacare was too widespread to be repealed. But congressional Republicans are proving them wrong, moving as aggressively as they can to repeal it.
Mr. Ryan has said a top priority for the new Congress is going to be the repeal of Obamacare.
But perhaps the stronger theory on why Obamacare beneficiaries voted for Trump was a general dissatisfaction with the cost of the program and a belief that Trump would somehow make it better for them. We met up with Perry, a security guard recently signed up for Obamacare. This is the first time he's ever had health insurance in his life.
I've not been to a doctor. You probably wouldn't even been this world last time I went to a doctor.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks to Kathy, Perry was able to sign up at healthcare.gov just a few months ago. But his deductible ended up being $2,000.
Unless something drastic was to happen, how many times will I have to go to the doctor or something before I use up over $2,000? I just wish that if they're going to shove it down your throat, have something that you can afford.
We headed over to an antique shop where the owner, Bobby, was another Obamacare enrollee.
I had breast cancer.